traveled from Hobby to Miami International Airport. I decided to book a hotel. I tried to go with something safe, so I went with the Miami Holiday Inn International Airport. It's about 1 mile from the airport. So we landed. I caught an Uber, not an Uber. I caught a Lyft to the hotel, and it cost me about, I think, $7. The process was very easy. From the baggage claim area when you land in Miami, as soon as you get your luggage, you can just walk right outside. It'll be like right behind you. There's a huge area where the cars are coming by for Uber, for Lyft, and for taxis. And I chose that hotel simply for the location and simply so I wouldn't stress myself, because we were coming in at about 10 o'clock at night and I didn't want to be driving like we did last time, 45 minutes just to get to a hotel, and then you're so tired and you don't know what to eat or to get settled and all that stuff. So that's why I chose the Holiday Inn, because it was close. So let me tell you about the hotel in case you decide to choose that one. Okay, so the Holiday Inn, again, it's 1 mile from the airport. It has 2 buildings and it's an older hotel. I'm not gonna really dog it out. It is older, but the rooms were very clean. But you can tell this hotel takes on a lot of traffic, a whole lot of traffic. One thing that they did do, as opposed to when I went on my Orlando trip, is in the lobby area they have an independent shop that has like Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, lasagna, salads, and stuff. They're all pre-packaged, like they make them there, but they refrigerate them in a showcase. And if you're hungry after you check in, you can just come downstairs. And the lady was super nice. She heated it up, and we had a sandwich or whatever we decided to get that night. Room-wise, the rooms are very clean. We ended up staying. I didn't know that there was 2 separate buildings, and I guess you won't know, but I'm giving you guys a tip. So on one of the buildings, there's an ice machine on every floor. On the older building, I guess that we were in, you walk past the lobby, you have to go all the way back. There's one elevator. It's small, and you can hear everything. And the ice machine, I think that building has 9 floors, and the ice machine is only on deck 5, and we were on deck 6, or floor 6. I'm talking like I'm on a ship. But we would have to go from the 6th floor down to the 5th floor, find the ice machine, then go back up to the room to put the ice up and everything. They do have some vending machines. I would say bring some change or some dollar bills. They do have where you can use a credit card, but when I tried to use a credit card, I have some pictures. I'll probably put them in the corner right here to show you. I had a really, really hard time using the machine. I think the machine or the bill reader or the credit card reader tries to dial out to get an internet signal. It can't get a signal. You can't get a drink. Long story short. So after 5 minutes of messing with the machine, I just gave up. And later on, we just went to Walmart. Walmart is about 4 miles from the hotel, so if you do need to make a quick stop and go to the Walmart, I think we caught a Lyft again, and it was like $7. It took us about maybe 10 minutes to get there with traffic and everything. The Walmart was kind of run down in the area that it is. It was a super center, but what can you do? You need to get whatever you need to get. Okay, so that cost $7. We did tip. We made it back to the hotel. The hotel does offer a shuttle service. That's important for you to know. So from the Holiday Inn to the cruise terminal, it was $12 per person. Something important that you need to know is they only accept cash for the $12. So everybody that was getting on had to pay in cash, and they do warn you at the counter that they only accept cash for the trip to the cruise terminal. The van was like a normal shuttle. It was really big. The person that was driving the shuttle van was really nice, but they did pack it to capacity. And again, you have to bring cash, no Zelle, no anything, just cash. So shuttle service from the Holiday Inn $12. That's what you need to remember. The Lyft from the airport to the Holiday Inn, budget yourself for around $7. That way you can save some money. Instead of booking it through the cruise line, I hate to say that because I do book a lot of things through the cruise line, but I'm just trying to save you some time. Okay, so what else do I need to tell you as far as that? Okay, the boarding process, getting on the ship was fairly easy. It's a nice terminal, really nice view. I think the day that we were going out, most of the people that were on the shuttle with us, most of them were going to Carnival. It was like maybe 7 people that we were with that were getting on the Royal Caribbean. Okay, something that I did, and I'm gonna make another video about it and tell you my experience because I haven't experienced it yet. But okay, I'm from Houston, so when I was looking up coming for this cruise, this is my father and daughter cruise. I brought my daughter along. She's finishing up school, so I brought her along so she could get a break and relax and everything like that. And I decided to stay in Miami an additional day. Actually additional 2 days. So what I did to make my life easier getting off the ship is I looked up rental car companies, you know, that were in the area. I'm checking the price, I'm looking at everything, you know, where can I drop it off at when I'm done and stuff like that. So here's what I came up with, and again, I'm sharing this for you guys. Okay, so Avis Rental Car has a terminal, or I guess a location, in the cruise port parking lot. So I booked a mid-sized car. I think it cost me like $150 for 2 days or something like that. But guess what? I'm flying back to Houston, so I'm returning it for that $150 at the airport. So when I'm ready to fly out, I put the times around the time that I'm scheduled to fly out to where I don't need a shuttle or I don't need to stress. I get to go check out Miami and do a few things, you know, with my daughter. And then on the way back, stay at the hotel, and then the next day, I can just drop it off at the airport. So for those of you who need something like that, Avis Rental Car is the one that you want to check into. I normally use other companies, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to let you know how everything went. But just to give you a heads up, even if you're flying in, you may want to do that, because if you think about it, you could, if you're a large family, instead of paying the $12, you could book the hotel, book you a rental car from the airport, and then drop it off at the cruise terminal. So hey, I'm just trying to help. But overall, the cruise is going very well. I'm gonna make a second video to tell you guys about that. I'm on the Independence of the Seas. It's had a makeover, just like the Navigator did, and there's a lot of changes that they made. It's actually pretty nice. I'm gonna tell you what I did like and what I didn't like about this ship. But overall, so far, it's been a really good experience. I don't really have too much to complain about. They're all small issues or whatever. To some of you, it would probably be big issues. It just depends on what you're looking for on the cruise. Okay, so let's just see where I left off at so I don't get sidetracked. I told you guys how I flew, where I stayed, how much the transportation was. I got on the Independence of the Seas with no hassle. The boarding process was fairly simple. You just have to have your passport and your boarding pass ready. What was a little irritating is, okay, I got a text from Royal saying, please stay to your boarding times because we're at capacity and this and that. And I decided to ignore it. We're supposed to board at 1. I got there at 12 o'clock, and they have different lines for you to board, like different times. Like it'll say if your boarding time says 11 to 11:30, get in this line. If it says 12 to this time, get in this line. If it says from 1 to 1:30 or 2, get in this line. So when I was getting closer to it, the line, I seen that the other one was much shorter, so I was gonna get in it. And so the guy said, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about the times or whatever. They all gonna blend into one line anyway. So I'm like, wow. So pretty much, they didn't really care what time you're supposed to board. They were just letting everybody get on the ship anyway. So I don't know if it was a capacity issue or I guess they just did it to try to eliminate a problem, but the boarding process was fairly easy. So we went through the screening. How long did it take me to board the ship? I want to say 10 minutes. For the photo opportunities, they only had one station set up to where they could take your picture in front of the ship. Normally go out of the Galveston cruise terminal, and they usually have 3 or 4. When I went out of Orlando, they had like 3 or 4 places that they took pictures. So a lot of people weren't waiting, and they were just bypassing where they took your picture for the cruise and stuff like that. And to get on the ship, it was fairly easy. We just went up the little walkway. They just let you go on. It wasn't really welcoming though, to be honest with you. It was just one girl who was standing there, and she's like, hi, come on in, so I don't know. I think I expected a little bit more on that, but that was for the Independence of the Seas, and this is out of Miami. But so far so good. So far so good. It's kind of been, I don't know, it's no wow, or I don't really have anything to really on this particular cruise. This one was kind of a little bland, a little laid back, I guess you could say. No really excitement getting on board, or music, or anything like that. It was really bland. But I'll keep you updated. So remember, cruise shuttle from Holiday Inn is $12. Uber ride from the airport to the Holiday Inn was $7. If you're trying to go to Walmart or something like that, it costs about $9. That's all using Lyft. You can use Uber or Lyft, but I use Lyft. I just think it's cheaper. Everybody was very nice, and that's all I got for you so far, but I'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe.